What can I do for you, Snake?
This is Snake. I've infiltrated the offices here at Game Trailers, and I've been contacted by someone who calls himself Keeley. The site is demanding I reveal crucial intel about my latest campaign against Outer Heaven. They're using some kind of interrogation tactic called the BonusRound, and I don't think I can stay quiet much longer. Snake out.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Bonus Round. I'm Jeff Keeley, and this time in the Bonus Round, it's a special edition. Yes, Snake has infiltrated the Bonus Round for a discussion on Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. It's coming out in just a couple of weeks, and I've assembled an all-star panel to talk about the game and the franchise. Joining me first, a return visitor to the Bonus Round, the general editor of technology at Newsweek, Guy Croal. Guy, great to have you here.
Thanks for having me back, Jeff.
Now, next, we got a very special guest, a guy who has a lot to do with Metal Gear, Mr. David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake. How are you, David?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Are you going to talk like that for the whole show?
No, I just had something caught in my throat.
And finally, we've got a man who you should be jealous of because he's played through Metal Gear Solid 4 from start to finish twice. It's the editor of the official PlayStation magazine, Rob Smith. Rob, great to have you here on the Bonus Round.
Thanks for inviting me along.
Now, let's start off by talking about this franchise, Metal Gear Solid. And Guy, why do people love Metal Gear so much?
Well, it's considered to be one of the games that's sort of foundational as far as stealth action, right? The idea that you're not just sort of running into an environment, shooting everything that moves, but getting the lay of the land, hiding behind things, getting the drop on guys, taking them out. And one of the things that Kojima prides himself on with this game is that ideally, with the exception of maybe a boss or two, you should be able to get to the end without actually taking a single life.
Right. It's a good franchise. Now, David, your involvement with it dates back to Metal Gear Solid, right?
That's right, 98, I think was the first
So it's
game.
a decade of you with Metal Gear Solid?
That's right.
Did you have any idea when you first got that voiceover role, what you were stepping into?
No, well, I didn't have any idea that it would go on as long as it did. We did have an idea that it was going to be a big game, that they were pushing it very seriously, and even from the first day that I auditioned, they had the artwork up on the walls, and it was the artwork that came out with the game, and so you could see that it was something really special, and that the design was amazing, and the producers were so excited about the sort of the breakthroughs in gameplay. So we got an idea that it was going to be a big game, but to think that it was going to go on as long as this, I had no idea.
And you play through the Metal Gear games, right? You're not just a guy who's a voice actor. You actually, you played through 2, 3. Have you played through 4 yet?
No. I played a little bit of it at E for All, which was pretty amazing. But yeah, I play them not for any professional reason, but just because if you were in a video game, you'd play it.
See how you turn out,
That's right?
Well, Rob's the lucky guy who's actually played through it.
I'm jealous.
He just asked me how he ended up in the game.
We don't want to spoil
I didn't tell
it,
him.
right?
No.
Yeah.
You don't want to spoil it.
No,
Now,
don't tell
Rob,
him.
for the PlayStation audience, Metal Gear, this is one of the biggest games of the year for the PlayStation 3 fan, right?
Oh, without a doubt. Being a PS3 exclusive is a huge deal, and there's been so much interest in the build-up. We've talked a lot about the next generation and all these new consoles. Kind of feels like, having finished through this game, it starts with Metal Gear.
Really? Wow, so it's that good.
Yes.
Better than Halo, better than Gears of War?
Yes.
Why is it so great, Rob?
Well, picking up on what Guy was saying about sort of the background of the franchise, I think it's also so fascinating is the relationship of the characters. And you really get to feel like these are people that either, if you couldn't go out for a beer with them, you could certainly hang out and have a conversation. But that well-rounded and well-defined. And so when you get into your action stuff, you go stealth, sneak, do the actual gameplay, but then the relationship of the characters just makes it, adds a different layer that really video games have only started really developing in this generation.
Right. Now, David, one of the things I think people love, as Rob mentioned about the franchise, is the story. But some people think it's almost, too complicated. There's too much story in the Metal Gear series. Is it hard for you even sometimes to follow what's going on when you're doing all the voices and everything?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's a lot of back and forth with the producers and people that really know the game to say, well, who's this character? And names will come back, and I'll have to be reminded as to what they did in the prior games. It's because it's not like a movie. It's like just 2 hours long.
Movies,
exactly. Each one is 16, 18 hours of of movies, so it's immensely complex, and it is difficult to keep track of them. But that's also, I think, what makes it so immersive. You really feel like you've stepped into the middle of many different relationships and a fully realized world.